Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Elden Ring. And as you can see, we have mixed up our fashion souls a little bit, and as well as our function souls, as I like to call it. Last time we picked up this Radagon's Scarseal, which to me seems pretty dang good. It's giving us 12 attribute points: vigor, endurance, dexterity, and most importantly, strength. It takes us up to 19, which is 1 point away from being able to naturally two-hand the Golden Halberd. And I had a lot of fun with this weapon. The very brief bit that we got to play with it against the Leonine Misbegotten in Castle Morn, and I want to play with it more. I still also want to play with the Uchigatana, and I'm also still very much tempted by being able to potentially dual wield. I mean, we can already dual wield Uchigatanas if we wanted, but I really like the idea of being able to put one of our Ashes of War, our sacred Ashes of War, onto that second Uchigatana and do that whole holy samurai vibe. But for now, that will be for later, hopefully once we find the ability to duplicate Ashes of War. But for now, I want to try rolling with this Scarseal and trying to focus on the halberd a bit more. The Scarseal does come with the notable downside of increasing your, decreasing your damage negation, making you take more damage. So, as a result, the fact that it does give us a higher equip load, I decided to kind of just mix things up in the armor department and see if we could offset that reduced damage negation. So we are wearing a bit of the Banished Knight's armor here, and we do have basically the full Banished Knight armor set almost, except for the leggings. But our equip load is still not quite big enough or large enough to be able to fully deck ourselves out from head to toe. So in the leggings department, we have had to economize a little bit here with the fur leggings. But I don't know. At the same time, I'm kind of there's something about this particular mix of Banished Knight head to torso, and then going with the outdoors fur legging look. We'll see how we go here, but regardless of the fashion souls, we are maxing out our equip load for while being able to not go into that heavy roll status. And we have also popped enough runes to be able to get us to the next level, which will get us to 20 strength. So let's do that. Let's do that so we can officially, on our own, without any help from a Flask of Wondrous Physic, naturally two-hand the Golden Halberd. Let's do it. Let's do it. I also, another thing that I was considering, another reason for switching up the armor, is that we had been using the scarab. We had been using that scarab helm, and it also gives you reduced damage negation. And I wasn't quite sure about stacking that along with the Radagon's Scarseal. So, and I also don't know that we necessarily have needed the reduction in incantations FP cost nearly as much. I've been, you all know all too well my value brain, but I think I've definitely been too fixated on stretching out my FP value. We are not, in most cases, coming close to expending all of our cerulean flasks. So I think it makes more sense to be a little bit more focused on just staying alive. And look at this. We now have the ability to roll with. We can roll with. We can backstep with. We can. We're strong enough. We finally have been working out enough to be able to two-hand the Golden Halberd. There you go. That is this thing about strength that I, since I don't naturally gravitate to strength builds, I do often forget that Dark Souls gives you this very, I don't know exactly, what's the word? Like, being able to reduce the cost of wielding a weapon properly. A weapon that is, 30 strength, I'm so far away from that. 40 strength, I'm so far away. You're not as far as you think when you're two-handing. That 1.5 strength multiplier is very, you have to consider it. And in this case, it's going to give us a golden halberd and access to it. So we're on the path now, or we're wielding a new weapon, and we're going to roll with this and see how it goes. So then the next step here that I think that actually, well, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, I have to remember exactly what I had in mind here. So we can now two-hand the golden halberd, but we also have some new incantations that we picked up. So one of them that I have already tested off camera is this Blessing's Boon. And I think we might have a new trickle heal, because the Blessing's Boon, while it does cost quite a bit more than the Bestial Vitality, it does restore more. It gives you 8 HP per tick as opposed to 5 from the Bestial Vitality. So as an in-combat option, the Blessing's Boon is pretty potent. It's still a trickle heal, and I probably still very much overestimate exactly how much this can help you during the course of any combat. But I like to try. I like to try. Probably most of the audience is like, what the hell are you doing, dude? What the hell is wrong with you? If I'm making the game harder on myself, then it's just, I like the challenge, and sometimes I make the game harder explicitly and also just unconsciously, subconsciously. My brain is getting sidetracked looking at the paintings that are up on the wall in the on the balcony there, which we may look at in just a moment. Okay, Blessing's Boon is a new option that we have on our 4 memory slots that we can now take advantage of. But then we also picked up this Flame of Frenzy. I have not yet tried this spell. What is this? What does this look like? Oh, I get it. Okay, this is exactly what, was it Vike? The guy that we faced off back up on the Frenzy Plateau. I'm pretty sure this was the spell that he had. Okay, so we can charge this as well, right? And that increases the range. Okay, so you may not necessarily want to charge it because it only, well, at least according to the description, I think it only impacts the range and not the potency. It increases the range of the burst. If we're talking about the Frenzy Burst, charging does enhance the potency. And this is a spell I want to play around more with. Maybe when we go back to the Underground, the increased damage from the Frenzy Burst might be good. But Flame of Frenzy is more affordable and probably... I like the fact that it spreads out. It's not... there is a... something we have been lacking, I think, with our build is the ability to kind of deal with multiple enemies. The halberd is a new option that has some... How do these... Where's the... Okay, well, but that's the overhand swing. I was thinking, is there not an option here to... okay, there it is. So there are some moves in the halberd moveset that are cleave options as opposed to... Right. So the overhand is more likely to hit a single enemy, but then you do have the cleave to hit multiples. But all of our spells so far, like Lightning Spear, well, Lightning Spear can have, there's like an AoE effect, right? As well as Fireball. So, but it's a very short range AoE. The enemies have to be very tightly packed. The Flame of Frenzy, they don't necessarily, they can be spread out a little bit in front of you. And I'm guessing that you can actually, if you angle the camera down, this would actually, yeah, you could really, so you could also use it in a kind of a shotgun fashion if you wanted to get really close up in an enemy's face. And you could really focus or concentrate all of those different little, they're kind of lightning bolts. They have a lightning bolt quality to them. They're just frenzied, flaming lightning bolts, but you can really pack those into one big punch. Okay, I think I have my spells set up the way that I want them. So let us now focus on getting back out into the world, because I think that is all the housekeeping that I want to do. I always feel like there's more I'm doing more housekeeping than I should be doing, but it's part of the game. It's just part of the game. We are, and we have a new weapon to try now, and that's exciting to think about. And it's a good thing that we are going to be heading back to the Weeping Peninsula to be able to try out that weapon in an area that is a little bit easier. At the same time, while we have 0 souls, while we are rune free, I'm not planning on fighting the Beast Clergyman. But what I want to do is I want to go back to this. I want to go back to the Bestial Sanctum and see if we can make it outside. Is it possible for us to make it back outside, or does the Beast Clergyman just aggro? He aggroes, but does he come outside? I don't think he comes outside. Could be wrong. Maybe he follows. I just wanted to make it outside because here we're here in the Dragonbarrow, correct? It actually should show us on the site of Grace. Yes, the Grail's Dragonbarrow is listed here as part of Cont'd overall. I wanted to look around because we had this clue. Let's read the clue. We picked up this key item, right? Was it a key item? Yes. We got this from Height. I still forget his first name. But Lord Height, I believe, gave us... We need to go back and check in with him at some point. Maybe when we do an NPC sweep. But we got 1/2 crescent for the Grand Lift. And the clue on here told us that the right half is said to reside in Fort Ferrith in the Dragonbarrow, far to the east. Fort Ferrith. I wanted to see if we could look around. The problem is it is kind of stormy and it is nighttime. So we kind of need to do this again, but make it morning or daytime. I don't know what would give us better visibility, but we need to progress time here a little bit to help us. 'Cause I just wanted to look around and see if we could see a fort. I just wanted to do a little bit of scouting because maybe that's something we want to do ahead of schedule. Perhaps. Morning or noon? Probably noon. Let's go to noon and see if we can sneak outside once again here. Don't know what we're going to do about the Beast Clergyman. We may be locked into a fight no matter what. Okay, so Cont'd. So I'm seeing, there is one thing that I am seeing. We've obviously got a bridge here. But then across that bridge, maybe it's across that bridge. Maybe it's across a different bridge if you go down this path here. But either way, in the distance, I see this building. This building looks like the same architecture as the converted Fringe Tower, as well as Aridus's Rise. Very interested to check that out. At some point, I do also see in the distance here, that kind of looks like a fort. If I had to guess, that feels like that would be a fort. What? We're facing the south right now. Let's look at the map. We're facing south. It's pretty deep into Cont'd. Somewhat tempted to grab the map. Although, knowing the way that maps work, this may not uncover all of Cont'd. There's a good chance that this only is going to uncover like West Cont'd. So, okay, that looks like, either way, this looks like one candidate for a fort. Do we have any others? We have a candidate for a Divine Tower right here. Any other forts? Still gonna have to deal with you at some point. Not especially looking forward to that. That is not... Press the wrong button here to summon Torrent. Too much death. Never go full death, kids. Or you'll end up like the Beast Clergyman. I want to go... I don't know why I got off Torrent. I'm going to go over here. I'm straying off. I'm going into the potentially unsafe Caelid wilds. But I also felt like, well, maybe it's relatively safe because there's just birds over here. Nothing too crazy can happen to us if we're just near a bunch of birds, right? There go the birds. I think the Bestial Sanctum is like the end of the road for this. Well, I mean, you can kind of see on the map that this is like the end of the land area. It's the end of the road. So there's nothing to find behind the Dragonbarrow. Well, maybe there are secrets to find, but there's nothing back here in terms of, there's not going to be a fort hiding back here. That's not going to, if anything, there's going to be a gravity death because it's just going to lead to, wait a second. No, there is something down here. Oh, okay. Well, it's not a fort, but there is more to this Dragonbarrow. Ah, okay, so there is the minor Erd tree where we fought the putrid avatar. I'm pretty sure. We are facing southwest. So we've got that. I think you can see the smoldering church just barely over there. And then you have this thing. This could also be a fort. I have a feeling that this is the place that Alexander was talking about trying to get to. I need to go back and review Alexander's dialogue because I don't remember exactly what that place was supposed to be about. There was a tournament, right? We know there's supposed to be a tournament there. And there was a super, what looked like a big old giant jar guarding the door, guarding the entrance. Okay. If I had to guess, my guess would be that that over there is the fort that we would want to make it to. And I'm not sure. It's quite a ways into Caelid. It's quite a ways. Let me just go look at this Celia. Let's go to the Celia Understair. It's been a long time since we've been at this warp point. I just wanted to get the hell out. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. And so, I have not gone back here. Boy, it is so creepy the way that the sun is all... It's not... The red sky. The red sky. It is so creepy. So we're here, and it looked like the fort would be up in to the east. Somewhere up in this direction, but we can't really see from here. This is Celia, Town of Sorcery. Interesting. I had wondered the name of the Celia Crystal Tunnels and the Celia Understair. Very similar to Sellen. I had wondered if there was going to be a connection there. And that sure looks like there is. Because that enemy had the same... Is it a stone crown that the other Rhea Lucaria folks have? Okay, so there's some interesting stuff here, but there's no direct path from this warp point to whatever fort that was called that has the other half crescent. Okay, I just wanted to do a little scouting mission so I could kind of get in my mind That half crescent is very, very tempting to me because the Grand Lift is so tempting. Being able to activate the Grand Lift and make our way up to the Erd Tree feels like one of the biggest moments in the game. That feels like a very, 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 very big moment. And it's also possible that this path over here, does this also lead up into the capital? Because that's what's over here, right? This is Leyndell, the capital, where the Erd Tree is planted. I think this path might actually lead over here to the west, the northwest. Whatever zone is over there. This may still be a little ways off, because that fort here in Caelid was... oh, they gave us... They filled this in for us. It's deep. It's in the fog. And I don't know that I want to make it a... You know, we've done these side missions before where we've just gone in and picked up a couple tiers from an Erd Tree, a minor Erd Tree, when we haven't got the map already. I'm not sure I want to do that with a fort, because most likely that half crescent is going to be guarded. And guarded heavily. Okay. We're going to keep thinking about that. Let's get back over to the Weeping Peninsula and actually get to some real exploring here and see if we can wrap up the Weeping Peninsula. See if we can get this under our belt. And we get to, in the process, try out a new weapon. Now, here's the thing, right? This weapon is not going to be very effective for us when we're on horseback. It would be such a nice weapon to be able to have access to on horseback. But the only way for us to do that is by having our Flask of Wondrous Physic and boosting our... Because that would do it for us, right? The Flask of Wondrous Physic does boost our strength up to 30. Now, at least if we're in the Radagon Scar Seal. I think we are going to go with the... We are going to go with the kind of... I still don't know which is better, the Green Spill or the Green Burst. Maybe we'll try the Green Burst. Let's just try that out and see. But we'll go with our kind of general purpose Wondrous Physic as we explore the rest of the Weeping Peninsula. Why don't we make our way up here? We've checked out the Everjail, but we did not check out the nearby village ruins. And, oh, that's right, there's a catacombs over here. Maybe we do the catacombs first. Okay, I'm changing my mind here. We're going to go to the Church of Pilgrimage and see about making our way downwards. So yeah, so we're not going to be able to... That's the only limitation here, so we're not going to be able to use the halberd really to full effectiveness when we're on horseback. So, I mean, we can still do some damage with it. It's just not going to be great damage. We can test it out. I'm going to do one more thing. We're going to switch it to nighttime. Because we've been finding some Knights Cavalries, we've been finding some Deathbirds. And I want to find more. Give me all the Deathbirds. Give me all the Knights Cavalry. And this place is definitely less scary than the Dragonbarrow at night. So I have no problems exploring with Nightfall. I really do like, by the way, this the combo of the Banished Knight armor plus helm, because they're altered pieces. I don't know if that how much of a... Well, the thing that I noticed is that if you switch either one of them out, like if you switch to any other headpiece, you lose that long flowing head of hair, the long flowing mane. But the same thing applies, I think, if you switch the... Oh, never mind. Oh, interesting. Is it only on... Oh, it depends on the armor piece that you pick. Oh. See, I was switching to... Off camera, I had switched to, like, the Kaiden armor, and I thought, oh, I lose the long flowing mane. Bummer. But that's only because this particular torso or chest piece has its own pelt on the back, similar to the Land of Reed's armor, which we have altered. I wonder if I altered this back, if I would get the long flowing because that's kind of why I kind of liked having this, the long flowing mane. I'm not going to focus on that just at the moment, but I may play around with that. Depending on, that would definitely give us more options to, I just like the look of this Banished Knight, the altered headpiece. And I didn't want to lose that by switching to a chest piece that took away. I was thinking I had to combine the 2 Banished Knight armor pieces. But that looks like maybe not. Maybe I can actually use some other chest pieces that still allow me to maintain the fashion souls of the Banished Knight altered headpiece. Okay. Something to think about. Now, we found this before. Guiding Gatekeeper for those returning to the roots. I think we want to check by these jellyfish. Because that feels like that's where this, that's where they would be hiding the catacombs, right? They've done that before? Or they had a cave before that they hid near jellyfish, and that does look like it's the case. Let's get into a catacombs here. And hopefully, the other thing I want to do is I just want to switch to two-handing the halberd. We have the Tombsward Catacombs. Let's touch the site of grace here, and we will rest. I was going to say, hopefully, we are not too stumped. It is early in the day, but hopefully we're not going to be presented with too much of a stomper like we had in the last catacombs. What I do see right off the bat is skeletons. Yay. Luckily, we can craft plenty of holy water pots, but this particular skeleton is safe for the moment behind a stone sword key door. But I think we have 4 stone sword keys. Let's go ahead and use one. These have been more profitable as time has gone on. Can I please get... Okay. Okay. Something I wanted to... All right. I was curious whether oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was curious whether the golden halberd was going to act like having a divine weapon in DS1. Was it going to possibly act like what we have with the holy water pots, where a divine weapon would prevent the skeletons from rezzing? The fact that this does holy damage. Let me just double check this. The golden halberd, it does do holy damage, but that doesn't mean that we keep these skeletons from rezzing. We do have to use our holy water pots. All right, what do we get here? Oh shit, we get a cookbook. A cookbook number 9. Spend a stone sword key, get a cookbook. I want to see what that cookbook, what that gets us. What do we get from the Nomadic Warriors cookbook number 9? A rancor pot. Got it. Okay, and a rancor pot. Throw to spawn vengeful spirits. What? This one is more difficult for us to craft because it does take human bone shards, and we are a bit low on those. And it takes grave violet, which we're also a bit low on. Can we farm those though? Uses FP. Throw to spawn vengeful spirits. It does scale with both int and faith. Okay. I'm curious to see what this looks like. But I'm not sure if using it here is the best place. We're not gonna craft those right this second. But we're gonna keep those. Try to keep that as an option. Vengeful spirits. Who would that be most effective against? I don't have my lantern on. Vengeful spirits. I love that we're rocking the golden halberd though. One of the first weapons that I really gravitated to was the OG halberd in DS1. The OG halberd, and I just liked immediately how it gave us... Oh, I forgot you guys res. I'm so used to just taking these guys out with the holy water pots that I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, you gotta give him the coup de grace. But I remember the OG halberd and the advantage that it gave in the reach department, and it really started to open my eyes to, okay, every type of weapon is going to have its own pros and cons that you need to think about. Ghost Glovewort. Oh, okay, I guess I broke his stance. Unintentional, but sure. Definitely a little more time consuming to take care of you all with just a regular old weapon, so I might rely on the holy water pots. Like I have been doing. It's just more convenient. What do we got over here? This is sus. This is kind of sus. This feels like a different... I don't remember seeing this particular asset before in the catacombs. Maybe it's been there. But it feels unusual to see... What is it? Just a bones container. Ashes, bones. Maybe nothing noteworthy. So much potentially to miss in these, just even these smaller catacombs. The way that they there's so many potential sus walls, so many potential nooks and crannies. Stuff is going to be missed. Boy, that is a long tunnel. Okay, where is the... There must be... Okay, there is an alcove, an opening to the right. Okay. I just barely made it. I thought for sure I was going to get roasted. Human bone shard times 5. Okay, so they're really helping you out if you wanna if you're thinking about crafting those rancor pots. They're giving you that option. Go away. Now there is actually a ledge to get up to on, in this case. I remember there was one of these before that I had thought about getting on top of to find a secret, and it had nothing, but this one, there is a secret. We just have to activate it as we jump. Nice. I do like that the halberd, its default move, at least two-handed, the default R1 is just kind of this simple overhand. It's perfect for dealing with the resin skeletons. I feel like there's going to be a whole bunch of resin skeletons in this room. Felt like it, but maybe not. Are there sus walls in here? What is in here? It's got to be some skeletons. There we go. I hear a scarab. He took so long to fire that arrow. Grave Glovewort, level 2. Still not ready to activate my trickle heal, but maybe I should. Okay, there's the lever to open the boss door. I thought I heard a scarab, though. Did I not hear a scarab? Right here is where I'm hearing a scarab. But then it goes away. What's up with that? Tell me y'all heard that. Tell me I'm not crazy. Why does it go away? There it is again. Then it goes away. What the hell? It's gotta be a sus wall. Akinar's going crazy again. Akinar's hearing things. Okay, I don't know. That scarab may just be in another room that's just lower. It's below us, not in a sus wall area per se. All right, boss door lever. This this is a very, oh no, it's the cobwebs. The cobwebs made it look like this was a circular, sort of a circular opening. And I thought, that's just perfect. Perfectly sized for a giant sphere to come rolling down to crush me. I think we came in through here, didn't we? Did we not? I don't think there's anything else to get up here, so I think we're going down either way. But I feel like we've been here, right? Yeah, there was some glovewort there. We came in through this way. So, now where? Now, where to? The fire, right. Yep, okay. Got to deal with the fire again. And apparently there was some loot here that I missed. Smoldering butterfly? Okay. Just missed some loot. Just the smoldering butterfly. And now we don't need you anymore. So we can go this way. And deal with whatever skeletons come to life on us in this room. That is not... Holy shit. What I get for switching to my telescope. Would be nice if we could get a 2-for-1, but... Ooh, there was the, So, the jump attack... Did we manage to not get hit during that? Minor miracle. The jump attack does provide you with a an on-demand cleave. Every other attack on its own, the first attack, if you do like a jumping R1, they're all kind of an overhand, forward-facing move. But if you do the jump R2, it does give you a sweep attack right away if you need to hit multiple things. Okay. Goody. Do we have the whole set? In Elden Ring, there's got to be more than 4, right? Either way. Thank you. I think. We're gonna craft some more. Holy pots. Do I just go... We're gonna use more holy pots while we're here, probably. Maybe not. We are going into the boss. So let's just go to... What am I thinking here? Let's do that. I was overthinking. That's what I was doing. Don't overthink, kids. Don't let the curse of overthinking seep into your... Don't let it take over your mind. It's not a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Maybe. He did manage, even though he was blocking, he did manage to reduce 400 of that 1100 damage that he gets from the taking the holy pot to the face. We need to get back to the beginning. So let's do that. Because we are ready to fight the boss. I think that is the end of the catacombs. Who knows what we've missed. But we have a boss door. And we have very few souls. So let's just get in there. And we will use potentially our Flame of Frenzy. Maybe, we'll see. But I think more importantly, we're going to be using our Golden Vow. Because that's the whole point of having the Golden Halberd, is you get to use your fancy weapon buff. Oh, not a cemetery shade. Not you. At least there's not a million skeletons in this room this time. And you're also a lot weaker than the other one. Or at least you didn't do that much damage. The problem is that they had that grab attack. That was the thing that was really screwing us up last time. But we also, I forgot the Golden Vow does reduce damage. So we are taking significantly less damage than we would otherwise. We're also doing a lot more damage than we would do otherwise. Holy shit! Holy shit! I forgot the Cemetery Shades have no health. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Mission accomplished. Cemetery Shade number 2 out of my game. Fortunately, when you don't have... It's a recurring theme with bosses in Elden Ring. If you don't have a dozen enemies, a dozen little mini annoying motherfuckers guarding you, then you're much easier to deal with. Oh, dude. Okay, how do you say this? Lutel the Headless. This is the guy that was outside of the other Cemetery Shades catacombs. I think. Let's check it out. And I'm guessing that this guy is going to be under the... Did I skip by it? I did skip by it. This is going to be under, if we sort these by item type. Yeah, he's down here with the Banished Knights. Oh, sick. Lutel the Headless. Legendary Ashen Remains. Legendary Ashen Remains. Spirit of a Headless Knight who leads the Mausoleum Soldiers. They are the Mausoleum Soldiers. That makes sense because we have seen, we're probably going to be seeing them out here in the Weeping Peninsula, like we have before, but we have also seen them in Liurnia. There was like a whole army of these guys next to a mausoleum, a bell-ringing mausoleum in each case. Wields a lance enrobed in death and hurls spectral lances at foes. Lutel sacrificed her life so that in death she could continue to protect a soulless demigod until their revival, earning her the hero's honor of Erd-Tree burial. Excuse me, Lutel, her life. Sacrificed her life so that in death she could continue to protect a soulless demigod until their revival, earning her the hero's honor of Erd-Tree burial. Soulless demigod. Didn't the shade, not the shade, but the, well, maybe it's a shade, the spirit, the ghost by the church said something about a soulless demigod? We should go back there. We should go back. Okay. Easy. First try. Cemetery Shade. We're over leveled as well. It's all good. There was some root resin there that I think I could have picked up. Forgot to. Whoops. Game over. Reset. Reset the playthrough. But the Tombsward Catacombs. Ooh, how does Flame of Frenzy do against you guys? Meh. It did kill both jellyfish, but I had to cast it twice. I need to sit, actually. No, I'm not going to sit yet. Don't need to sit just yet. What I want to do is look out here and see, are there the headless soldiers? First of all, where's the mausoleum? Okay, the mausoleum's out there. And this should not kill me, right? I'm guessing we're just too far away at the moment for the headless soldiers to have loaded in. And that we should be seeing them any second now? Or do they go away once you have calmed the mausoleum? Because I could have sworn that they were out here before, right? Oh, here they are. Oh, and there's another church. There's another church up here. Interesting. Let's head up in this direction. So there are these dudes. And that we'll see if we can figure out how to do this frenzy spell correctly when we are dealing with the bats are complicating the situation here just a little bit. Trying to cast my spell with L1. Stinking bats. The bats, why do you have to ruin everything? I want to try out my spell on you all. Ooh, okay. Okay, alrighty. I'm a fan of that. I'm definitely a fan of that. That's going to take some work, figuring that out. The range, in particular. How long, what situations call for charging the spell versus not. But that was fun. We have another spirit over here. Looking up to where? Oh, there it is. The tower. Finally, I can return to our home, bathed in rays of gold. The tower. Do you see something I don't? Are you talking about this thing? Because that is a little... If that is a tower, I think it has seen better days. Okay. That's an interesting note. I think this is... It looks like one of the, like, ruined towers. We've seen a couple of them now. There was one that was the Frenzied Flame Tower. So I think that's what this guy is talking about. But I first want to continue exploring over here and check out this church. Want to see what this is about. And I want to continue testing my charged up. Okay, all right. And then if we go close... Wait, why did it not cast? Trying to figure out the range here. He is guarding. He is guarding, so it's not like it's not a perfect test for giving us an idea of how much damage to expect. And we weren't hitting him with every single instance of damage from the Flame of Frenzy. But that is a fun spell. The Fourth Church of America. That I would not have expected, primarily because there is no America statue here. That's the first thing when I was looking into looking in through the door from the outside, the opening, the entrance. Actually, I'm going to go off of horseback here. The first thing I noticed was that there was no statue whatsoever. Not America statue. Not a... There is a... Oh, never mind. They just switched up the architecture a little bit. That's all. Never mind. And I also see there is a... Oh my god. Think I know what we're about to find, folks. Think I know. Well. Stop me if you've heard this one before. But we picked up a sacred tear. Whoa, amazing. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna accept it. It's a sacred tear. You roll with it. Okay, I wanted to rest just to make sure, or to see if there was any dialogue from Melina. Not so much. But we are going to immediately bump that up because, you know, we're not trying necessarily to play on hard mode. That's like the only reason, right, that you would just not upgrade your flasks, is if you were like, I want to play with unupgraded flasks. But I feel like if you're going that route, then why play with flasks at all, right? If you start going down the route of, well, I'm going to play with unupgraded flasks. Maybe I'll just play with no flasks. Maybe I'll just play without getting hit. And before you know it, you're just, you're doing god runs and all that crazy nonsense, which I will never do. I did it for Hollow Knight. That was it. And even then, I wasn't even no-hitting Hollow Knight. I was just doing Radiant bosses, but which is not the same as no-hitting Hollow Knight. That is insane. Okay. So we have another sacred tear. We have found the 4th Church of America. Did we ever find the 1st or 2nd Church of America? Are those a thing? Did I just pass by them without realizing it? What was this church called? The Church of Ella. Ella. This was the 3rd church. How many churches have we found? We found the Church of Irith. Maybe these are just like informally. Who knows? This one did not have a Statue of America. I believe this one did. Sorcerer Topes is hanging out here still. I believe this one did have a Statue of America. What other churches were there? We know the Church of Vows. And then the Bellum Church. That has the other statue of the mysterious individual who may or may not be America. Or have been America. Was America. The Church of Inhibition. Right. Where we fought the frenzied dude. The Smoldering Church. Who could forget the Smoldering Church? Okay. Kenneth Height. Why do I keep forgetting your first name? The Limgrave Heir. I totally was not expecting another church. Like, they give you... That's kind of interesting, at least compared to... Did we find a sacred tear in the Kalu Baptismal Church? I don't think so, right? We might have found a cookbook or something. It feels interesting that they've put two sacred tears so close to each other. I guess there's a Church of Dragon Communion as well. We need another Dragon Heart. When are we going to get one of those? Okay, where are we going to go from here? Okay, that's... We got off on this... I wanted to re-explore the area that was around the mausoleum, because we got this blurb. We've gotten what feels like a pretty important piece of lore about Lutel the Headless. Headless Knight who leads the mausoleum soldiers. I mean, I want to do this. I want to summon this. this this gal. I want to summon Lutel, but I also want to figure out this bit about the soulless demigod, because I think this spirit said something about that before. Yeah, cradling the soulless demigod, the mausoleum prowls. O America Queen Eternal, he is your unwanted child. Who is the soulless demigod? The soulless demigod. We'll continue to ponder all of that as we explore, but let's keep going here on the Weeping Peninsula. I feel like we're starting to get to the end of everything here in the peninsula, but there's still a lot of little details to check out. So let's start to do that. Let's make our way down here, and maybe we'll actually check out whatever this place is this time. We did see, though, I feel like there were more of those headless soldiers before when we came the first time and calmed the mausoleum. So I don't know if some of them disappear when you I don't know if some of them disappear when you calm the mausoleum. We do have an underground portion here of this ruins. Tombsward ruins. We have the ability to summon, and I kind of want to deal with this rat first. But then I also want to. We may not need it for. Or I mean, I know we're not going to need it. We're not going to need a summon necessarily for dealing with one little ruins, almost certainly. But I want to bring out Lutel. We need 104 FP, man. Most expensive one yet. Might be worth. Now, another thing that I did test off camera and realize, let me turn my lantern on here. This, the spells like Blessing's Boon, the one that applies to your allies, grants blessings to self and nearby allies. I think this will heal Lutel, because I briefly tested this with my imps, and it looked like they were getting the same aura. I didn't necessarily go into battle to see if they were healed, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get healed because they had the aura. And I think this heal spell might do the same thing. It's been a long time since we've used the direct healing spells, as I've kind of switched over to the trickle heal, which I'm too obsessed with. But I think this one will do the same thing, I'm guessing. And I noticed that it has the same hold to continue praying and delay activation, just like this one does. I think the reason for that, it's not necessarily a great thing for the boon, but I think it's much more useful for heal. If you are playing with other people, allies, then you may want to be timing your heals so that they get, you may want to gear up and get ready to heal them, but you don't want the heal to activate until they've taken a hit. So you can be ready, you can anticipate, oh, the boss is about to hit them, let me heal. Oh, I did it a little bit too early, I'm actually going to hold on and wait, and then activate the heal at just the right time. I think that's what that's supposed to be for. It's more of a co-op multiplayer thing, I think. Which, is only going to apply it's only going to apply to us in terms of, the summons that we decide to bring to the fight. I have to say, though, Lutel, holy shit, this is a badass spear that you've got here. How do I get me one of those? I want one. I want one. It is so cool. It is so dang cool. And it looks so dang cool next to the Erd tree. Okay, what you got? What's your, I mean, you're probably going to you're probably going to take out the rats in one hit, right? Oh my god, she does the disappearing that the other headless, she does that little phase shift thing that we saw from the guy that we fought outside the Black Knife Catacombs. Okay, she actually doesn't really do that much damage, which I guess makes sense. We haven't leveled her up yet. So we need to get some, go spend some glovewort with, what's her face? Roderica. This is the Trina's Lily hideout here. Whole bunch of Trina's Lily. And there, I did see the underground. Don't worry, I did not miss the underground. I just am checking out everything else out here. There is a scarab up here. And it looks like I'm going to lose my summon, aren't I? Holy shit. Can I? Okay. That works. That works. I think we got an incantation. Divine Fortification. Oh, this protects us against holy, doesn't it? Okay. Lutel, hit the road, because I was too laser focused on getting this scarab. So we only got the briefest of glimpses of Lutel, but I'm intrigued. I want to know more, or I want to see more of Lutel in combat as we get her leveled up. What am I thinking here? I need to check out the spell that we just picked up. That's what I was thinking. When the scarab rolled off, I was worried, oh, am I going to have to jump down to catch this thing before it disappears? Ooh, that actually looks like too far of a fall. I would probably kill myself. And then the scarab killed itself for me. Divine Fortification. Cure Poison, Magic Fortification, Flame Fortification, Divine Fortification. Increases holy damage negation. This suggests then that that at some point we are going to get a lightning fortification as well, I would guess. And this is the exact same text as the others. Another incantation of the Two Fingers Faithful, which we have not read the flavor text on this for a while. Follow the path that has been set for you. You'll make enemies of all others: the monks, the sorcerers, the ancient dragon knights, the scions of gold. Interesting. This does make a little more sense now that we've been out into the world. Is this the fire monks? The sorcerers, the ancient dragon knights, the scions of gold? All these other factions of incantations and or sorceries? Is that what is being mentioned here? Perhaps. Interesting. Okay. Let's check out the underground. What do we got under here? Chest. Ooh. Whoa. Who is this? This is the page. That is the page summon. Okay. We're too strong for you at this point, so you didn't stand a chance. But, interesting. I'm pretty sure it looked like you were wielding a crossbow, and you had, you look just like the page spirit that we've summoned before. Are you wearing a sack? I want to do my telescope, but I'm going to lose my light. So I have to make do with the whatever other camera angles that I can come up with here. But it does kind of look like you're wearing a sack. Okay. What's with the sack, dude? What is with that? Okay. Oh, and there's another one. Okay, there's another one here. These are the pages. You've got a crossbow. And you've got a fencing sword. A rapier. That was kind of odd. Why would there be two pages here? What would they be guarding? They are guarding the chest. Would there be a sus wall over here somewhere? I don't think so. These don't feel like they'd be sus walls. They remind me a lot of Chalice Dungeon walls. A winged scythe. Dude, that looks awesome. A sacred scythe. Oh shit, this scales with faith as well. Yo, we have just the right amount of attributes for this. 24 faith, 16 strength, 16 dexterity. I say just the right amount. I think we would need 1 more point in dexterity if we took off our Scar Seal. It also does blood loss. Sacred Scythe resembling a pair of white wings deals holy damage. According to pagan belief, white-winged maidens are said to be death's gentle envoys. The unique skill is Angel's Wings. Jump and imbue the wing blade of the armament with light. Then deliver a slashing attack on the enemy. The white wings impede... Oh, the white wings impede recovery actions using a Flask of Tears. Oh, shit. No healing allowed. I mean, we have to try this. We are required, especially after putting on this, this outfit. I guess, I don't know. I was thinking this Banished Knight outfit, it's not really an angel wings sort of outfit. It has a dragon on the helm. So it has more of a dragon vibe to it. Okay, but we have to try this. So let's go two-handed here. And Angel's Wings, activate. Oh my god. Oh my god. That, dude, that is totally a Sister Frida move. We can drink still. No, it impedes the enemy, doesn't it? I misread this. I did not mean to do that. Fuck. The white wings impede recovery actions using a Flask of Tear, meaning if you hit an enemy with this, they get hit with the Lloyd's Talisman effect. Not as applicable for us playing offline, but the invaders employ flasks at times. Dude. Okay, we have been, we did all this work. We did all this setup today to employ, to bring the Golden Halberd to the table. Okay. I've said before that scythes have not really been my thing. There's something about, I think it's because it feels like when I'm thinking of a scythe, I'm thinking of like Grim Reapers. Okay, that's the mental image that I have. And I don't want to, those people that are into scythes, I'm not hating on scythes per se. They're just not for me because in my mind, Grim Reapers are just not my vibe. Like things like, I don't know, it feels, Grim Reapers feel a little cliche. Like I just don't feel like role-playing a Grim Reaper type character. And that's what I think of when I have a scythe. I shouldn't think that though, because there have been so many characters in FromSoft that wield scythes that are not Grim Reapers, that are not kind of that very standard fare horror genre. Sister Frida, Garamond, like these have all been characters that have been very, very, very cool, and they wielded scythes. But when you introduce now, when you take a scythe and you give it this look with the wings, this looks badass. And then that move, which we can do, by the way, if we can do this one-handed. Dude. This one we need to look at. We need to think seriously about using, I'm going to actually just go straight to the hold because I want to see, I want to satisfy my curiosity right off the bat here and find out what do we need to upgrade this? What would we need to upgrade? I love the idea that it also does blood loss. And we wouldn't necessarily need to rely on the Radagon seal.
Well, I took you for dead, no matter it's all out your own.
If we even if we invest one more point into dexterity. It does do somber smithing stones, but that's okay. We have plenty of somber smithing stones. Dude. We're going to stick with, I don't like shifting course I need to plan these things out a little bit more. But this is a very tempting option. We're not going to shift course mid-episode here. We're going to stick with rolling with... We're going to keep using the Golden Halberd for now. But that winged scythe, I may finally have a scythe that is tempting me. That is a very cool pickup. A seemingly random pickup as well. Let's get rid of this marker. Don't need that anymore because it ended up being over here, the Tombsward Catacombs. Okay, one more time. Let's head back to the Church of Pilgrimage. This is fun. This game is so cool. Even if it can be a little overwhelming at times, because there's so many things to think about. The first thing to think about here is finishing exploring the Weeping Peninsula, which we will do. It might take the rest of this episode, but we are going to do it. But it's fine. We're having fun. Right? We're having all sorts of fun. I keep finding something, and then I sort of lose my place as to where we've been exploring. So let's try to be systematic here. And make sure that we're not missing anything in the Weeping Peninsula. We're gonna go to these ruins. We're gonna farm a turtle here as well. Pick up a more turtleneck. We're gonna go to these ruins here and make sure that there's no deathbird that appears. Deathbird number 3. No. Okay. Now we go to this ruin. And we make sure. Deathbird. Deathbird number 3. That's the pattern that I've noticed so far. You go near a big set of ruins and maybe a deathbird pops out. So now we go to these ruins down here and we find out. Is there a deathbird that pops out? I still don't know 100% if it's just at night. I need to probably test this on a fresh file. See if I can get deathbird to appear during the day. Now that I know where deathbirds appear. Oh, there was a lot of sunflowers there. That was cool. Great. We definitely need to stay stocked on sunflowers. Okay, we've explored these ruins now. What were they called again? The Tombsward Ruins. Some wolves. We've got the Everjail. The Everjail over here, which we have already taken care of. Aha, I hear a scarab. Oh, there is a beach area down here. Okay, I feel like we will explore the beach as we make our way back up north. Or we could do it now, if we can drop down. Will it let us... This is a little bit too far, probably. Maybe. Maybe not. Not if I go down here. Let me just make sure there is nothing else of note up here that I want to find. The pay-to-play Everjail. There is also the church up here that we found. So, okay, let's head down to the beach, actually. I changed my mind. And I also want to find wherever this... Oh, it's a Crimson Scarab. Okay, that's fine. We'll take you out, because who knows? Maybe there will be a Crimson Scarab that one of these days is going to not quite be a Crimson Scarab, just like we had a Cerulean Scarab that was not quite a Cerulean Scarab, and it gave us a bubble magic spell in the Siofra Riverwell. Why am I not on the right side of this thing to get the riposte? What's up with that? You're not allowed to heal. That's illegal. Okay, so where am I supposed to be here for this? I'm late. That's what it is. I'm late. There we go. Okay. I was thinking for some reason I needed to jump over the tentacles. I just kind of wanted to see how the Golden Halberd would do against the big boys. We lose the bleed that we get from the Uchigatana, but we also feels like we stance break more easily. This might be another consequence of using a big strength weapon. Or a more strength-oriented weapon. Yeah, I don't have to jump over the tentacles. I can just strafe around, get in position, and my goodness, we do so much. Why don't I get all my critical hits to have that kind of oomph? If only. We have been dipping into our rune stash a little bit more recently. So I do want to make sure, try to keep picking up those little golden rune skulls as we go. Because it's always nice to have a piggy bank that you can dip into when you need, when you just need that extra attribute point to wield a golden halberd. These guys look like the guys that we saw in that one catacombs. I feel like these guys come back, right? So let's just make sure here. Let's just make sure. Do these guys res from the dead? From the ooze? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they don't. One way or the other, there are a whole frickin' lot of them. There are a crap ton of these dudes. I also will say, for full disclosure, I try to be fully honest when there are parts of the game that I am not fully blind to. Most of the game, the vast majority of the game, I know nothing about, but I feel like this is one part of the game that I have seen. I think I remember my sister playing this, and I want to say there is, around here somewhere, a Zweihander. It's not this. But I have a feeling there's a Zweihander around here. I want to say there was a whole shitload of these dudes on a beach, and then there was a Zweihander. And I really am, actually, I'm really anxious to test out this Flame of Frenzy on this group of guys. Please be OP as hell. Okay, that was pretty good. That was not bad. Let's do that again. We're still working on the range here. I'm doing the charge version here because it does feel like, oh my god. Oh, are they rezzing? There are some of them, it looks like, that are rezzing, but my goodness, that is so fun. That is so much freaking fun. Okay, we found an AoE spell. We have finally found, we gotta be careful about the madness here. Because it does build up the madness. As a Golden Rune 5. Okay, not a Zweihander. Not that I need a Zweihander. I do want to, well, I say I do want to. Maybe one of these days I want to do a Zweihander build. I don't know. The Zweihander is just one of those classic. It's a classic, I think, for most Dark Souls players. For me, I do remember it. It was a mainstay for my DS1 playthrough once I made it to the Catacombs, which I did get there very, 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 very late. But of course, I did take the advice from Andre and others to take a divine weapon with you to the Catacombs. And it just felt right that the, something about the Zweihander, that you pick it up in the graveyard on the way to the Catacombs, it just felt like, well, let's make this the divine weapon. Why not? And that's what I did. We rolled with the divine Zweihander into the Catacombs, and then we stayed all the way with it. All the way with it. Taking out Nito. and making sure his skeletons didn't res. Okay, getting way off track. I don't know why because I feel like there's a Zweihander around here. That's why I'm getting off track. I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. But I just remember something about a beach with a horde of dudes and a Zweihander being nearby. Okay, we have found another shack. Let us check the map. It's just an isolated merchant's shack. I thought for a second it might be an artist's shack, but it is an isolated merchant. This guy really likes to stay. Oh my God, what the hell? Dude. Wow, you are really isolated, aren't you? You just want to, you completely... I don't even want to see you. I'll do business with you, but I don't have to look at you while I do it. Bracing?
Well, there's been an age since I've seen a customer.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Help here at the end of the earth.
There might be more than one reason for it, but I know one very obvious reason why you have not seen any customers. Oh, you sell arterial leaves, and you still sell stone sword keys. And what is this? It was here all along. It was here all along. Dude! Dude! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is very exciting because I am immediately now, I'm like excitedly thinking about off-camera play sessions as I start to strategize on what we're going to do with Ashes of War. Maybe some of you would be interested to see me do this on camera as well. I don't know. This is enough of a, you know, we're a very slow-going playthrough here, right? There's been, you know, I don't know about, there haven't been a bunch of comments on this, but I think there was one comment that had mentioned about picking up the pace. You might want to pick up the pace a little bit. And I was thinking like, you are, I don't think you're familiar here with the Akinar method. The Akinar method is anti-pace. It is as, if speed running is a thing, what's the exact opposite of that? We are slow runners. We're turtles. We're just turtles, you know, taking our time. And, but we also freaking take forever sometimes to get to parts of the game that we should have gotten to a long time ago, because this is where you get a Lost Ashes of War. I also like that it is something that's sold at a vendor, which suggests that there are going to be more. Just like there are stone sword keys to find. This is an awesome vendor here, dude. Look at this. Smithing stones too, not as relevant for us now. Oh shit, you also sell a lantern. Which we already have one. So it's not clear to me. Well, it is clear to me, actually, why there are two of these in the game is because sometimes people like me don't go to the Weeping Peninsula right away. They go to Liurnia. And they wanted to put the lantern in a couple different places for both types of players. Very nice of them. Okay, this is cool. I'm also, as I was jabbering on, like I often do, I was noticing, look what is right next to the Lost Ashes of War. A Zweihander. Da, 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 da. That was the only thing that I remembered. I just remember my sister being like, oh, here's a Zweihander. There's a lot for me now sitting down to play this game. This Zweihander is cool. And also, shout out to Siegmeier, Siegvard. The Siggy lineage. But, playing the game now for myself, this is the main event. Cool. Okay, I'm not going to insta-buy this, but we know where to find it. Wandering Mausoleum is the note. I have a feeling I'm not going to need this. I have a feeling this is going to be a clue about the skulls on the feet. However, it may contain information about the other Wandering Mausoleum that does not have skulls on its feet. So we should buy this. This is one of those that I feel like is going to have info that we've already pieced together ourselves, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay, Arteria Leaves as well is a great thing. There's a lot of good stuff here. 3 sacrificial twigs. Okay. We don't... Hopefully, we'll never need to buy those. But it's good to know that they are there as an option. My dude, the Isolated Merchant. It took us a while to find you, but I'm glad to be doing business with you at long last.
Have a safe journey.
Yes. Yes, definitely. It's going to be a very... it is soon to be a very... It's been a very exciting journey. It has not lacked excitement whatsoever at any turn, but it's even more exciting now that we may finally be researching and delving into Ashes of War. Before we get to that, though, we are going to check out this Wandering Mausoleum note. Yeah, that's what I thought. To stop the mausoleum's stride, you'll need to clean up around its feet first. Okay. All right. We figured that part out. This one, though, doesn't necessarily apply to the one out in Liurnia. Well, the one out in the marsh in Liurnia, the lake, Liurnia Lake. So maybe there's another note that we'll get from another merchant that will give us a clue for that mausoleum. Maybe. Maybe. Yo, I also love how this Flame of Frenzy does against groups of enemies. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, that was so cool. Anything else here on the beach to find? There's some crabs. There might be a giant crab that pops out. Turtles. I have completely turned against the, oh, that's Trino's only. The poor turtle population because we do it out of necessity. We do what we must. Oh, there's this poison area. Okay. I think now let's just go down to the very end of the beach, but I think we're good when it comes to exploring the beach. Dude, that is so fucking exciting. That is so fucking exciting because, like I was saying, I've been imagining in my mind the dual wield Uchigatana, holy samurai with the normal Uchi in one hand and the sacred holy Uchi in the other. But now we also have this fucking winged scythe. Dude, there are some serious, really seriously cool options now that are presenting themselves to our build. What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do? This is great. This is great. It's great as well because I know there is so much more game to play, right? This map that we see right now, first of all, this is only the overground. The overground. This is only the not underground. So take what you see here and then maybe double it. Probably not quite double it, but yeah, I mean, this area turned out to be a lot bigger than it looked like at first. And also then realize that this world is just gonna keep going. How far to the north and how far to the east and maybe even the west? This is the thing, like, who knows what directions actually this is going to. I sort of feel like this is the lower left of the map because they put the Table of Lost Grace down here and you see these clouds, you know, you see these areas that it feels like this is like the bottom left corner of this map, and it's just going to keep getting more and more massive in this direction, but who knows? What the hell do I know? Okay, all right. Time to check out the Poison Swamp area? Question mark? Oh, you know who I see? I see these puppet enemies, if they can be called that. Okay, I want to bring out my summon. Well, I can't bring out my summon yet. Let's just let's go sit at the site of grace. Let's just go, or we could do it. This is fine. We're gonna do it here. Going to go here. I might reapportion my flasks as well. I think I will reapportion flasks to 4-4. Now that we're not getting our savings from the Scarab Helm, and we also have, actually, I think we've increased our damage negation through the armor that we've put on. Yeah, of course, we've put on the Scar Seal, but we've taken off the Scarab, so that has kind of evened out, and then we've added additional armor. So our damage negation should be much higher, which means we should be in less need of immediate emergency Crimson Flask heals. Either way, we're in the Weeping Peninsula. It's not gonna freaking matter while we're out here. Let's head over here just to make sure that there's no... I saw what looked like ruins. I guess it's not. It's just like it's just a broken down pillar. So it's not really ruins. Okay. No Deathbird. That's the important part. Lutel, go. Lantern, go. And then... Yo, what? Hello? Oh, it's one of these guys. What the fuck? Okay. What the hell is the deal with those guys? It just looks... Okay, this is the Witchbane ruins. But man, this Flame of Frenzy is dope. I love it. I love it. It's a little risky because you got to keep track of your... you got to keep track of that madness building up. Poison Bloom? Poison Bloom is the pink one. Okay, now this guy. Why are you not attacking us? Oh, it's poison. God damn it. Why is this guy not attacking us? Is if we get close? Is that what happens? Or it gets hostile if we get close? Yeah. Okay. And then the magic slowly rains down from the heavens. Very cool looking. What is the deal with these things? As long as you keep your distance, they don't seem to be incredibly... They don't seem to be... Oh, Luteal is about to... Hold on here. Heal. Did it work? I don't think it worked. I don't think I was close enough. I think Luteal... No! See, Luteal does have the aura. And I can see her health is ticking back up. Let's go. Cool. Too many spells to switch between here. What am I going for? Once again, we are in an area that we are well out-leveled. We have well out-leveled. So I am in no mortal danger, realistically speaking. But I'm trying to practice good combat habits. Trying to get used to using new spells so that when we do get to a situation where we're more in over our heads, that we don't completely fall to pieces. Hopefully, that's the plan. That's the idea. That is the theoretical... The theory in my head that I have, at least. That is not... Why did I revert to X as interact? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the hell? Cannot target. Cannot target you. What is going on here? So, my mind immediately goes to Sellen. You appear to have the same crown as Sellen, but you have been... Dude, you have been pinned to the wall. Dude, this is fucked up. Can we set you free? This looks like it would be very painful. I'm gonna pick up the loot. An ambush shard. Trying to see, is this a page here? Oh, you've got the dude in the, I was looking at the guy outside of the cage, but then there's the guy in the cage that has the commoners, the thing around the neck with the tree on it. What the fuck is going on down here? Oh, they got stocks and everything. Ugh, yeah. Okay, let's read the spell we got. Lutiel's getting bored as hell. It was a sorcery. A sorcery. Ambush shard. Strikes from behind with projectile fired from distance. One of the night sorceries of Celia, Town of Sorcery. Look at that. What are the chances? We just randomly got introduced to Celia, Town of Sorcery earlier this episode. Launch randomly. It's blind playthrough, he says. It's all scripted, folks. All scripted. Launch the projectile from a distance removed from the caster so as to strike the enemy from behind. Interesting. So does it like loop around the enemy or something? Or you, oh, maybe it actually like, we're nowhere close to being able to 23 intelligence. I'd be curious to see how this works, because it looks like you actually cast it like you're facing the enemy, and then the projectile actually appears like through a portal that's literally behind them. You can see it because you're looking past them. Sorcery can be cast repeatedly. The Cellian sorcerers were assassins, and it is said that they often hunted their fellows. Is that what they were doing with this poor individual? Let's see if you can fill us. I would love to be able to set you free, but I also feel like if I try to knock off these shards and whatever other... Oh, you're... I thought that the stakes were driven through your hand, but I'm not so sure. It's hard to see, but it looks like you're more like tied to these, and then there's crystals that have been like used to solidify your imprisonment.
It will do no good, I swear it. And yet you persist. You frothing degenerates.
That's funny that you mentioned that. That's exactly what I say to my neighbors when they're playing their music too loud. You frothing degenerates. Same thing.
No good, I swear it.
What in the heck? I'm interested to go back and talk to Sellen. But there's so little information that we get. Have we set you free? Was this good enough? Like if I was to go and sit at a site of grace, would you still be here? Oh, map spoilers. That is Sellen. What? What? Excuse me? Sellen. Yo. Goddamn. I mean, I thought it looked like the same, like, I don't know, for some reason the green stuck out to me. And also it kind of had a more, the face just kind of looked a little more feminine. Like it's very different from the masculine crowns, which I think also have like blue on top instead of green. Sellen, how do I set you free? Do we need to kill all the enemies? And then that counts? Did we kill all the enemies already? We killed that big that big mass of stone crowns. I think we killed all the enemies here. So, shit. Did the puppeteers, did those puppeteer guys, these guys, are they the ones that tied you up? What the fuck is going on? And how do we help Sellen? Wait, is there another passageway here, or is this the one that we already went down? This is the one we already went down, isn't it? How do I get off of Torrent? My goodness, this is the one with Sellen, right? There's only one. Huh. Well, we are going to warp away. We're first of all going to warp to... Wait a second. Wait a second. How can you be in two places at once? Is this intended? Or is this some weird quirk in the map system? This is probably intended. I don't usually like these things in a FromSoft game. Could happen, weird little quirks like this. But you usually expect a certain amount of polish from at least NPC quest lines. We're going to the waypoints, the Waypoint Ruins cellar, either way. Because now I'm super intrigued that Sellen apparently shows up 2 places on the map. What? What?
There you are, my apprentice.
And of course she's
Shall we commence the lesson?
going to say nothing. Okay, what the actual fuck is going on?
You wish to continue the lesson? Very well. I have time.
What? What?
You wish to very well.
You have time aplenty. You have so much time aplenty that you are in 2 places at the same time. What? 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 Hold on here. So... I'm not confused at all. Totally not confused at all. Can I fall off here? Just... I mean, if this is a silly science death, let's find out. Silly science death? Yes! Alright, silly science death. Fine. We had to increment the death counter. I don't know where that Stake of America is. Unknown Stake America. Not going to... We're gonna go back here. Because I would... oh, I put my runes up here. Yeah, that's why I did that. Yeah, that's exactly why I did that. Because it puts your runes up here. Okay. Why is that a death? Why does that have to be a death? I should be able to fall. And it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that makes me, you know... Oh, the stake was just over here. Stuff like that makes me... confused. Because where do we have falls? I don't know that I have once seen a fall in Elden Ring where, like, it's taken half of my health. I've seen falls where I've taken, you know, like, a third of my health. But have I ever seen a fall where there's been a half health hit? I don't remember that happening. It just feels like it goes from 0 to 100 in terms of fall death. Like, there's no... Do I need to worry about this thing? I just want to go back and check on Sellen. That's all I want to do. I just want to head back down here. And I also don't want to accidentally hit you in case some enemies come to join us.
It will do no good.
Okay, well, officially confused. Officially, realistically, what else is new? This is Elden Ring, but bro, how? How did you not come down here this entire time until just that moment? So Sellen can be in 2 places at once. That's totally normal. Sellen can be in 2 places at once, and she makes no... She also is very uninformative in either location as to what the hell is going on. So this is, yeah, par for the course. So, okay, I guess we will continue from down here. Then we have the beach ends here. So let's go fully southward. And actually set it to nighttime before we do that. Set it back to nighttime because can't miss any deathbirds. Definitely the most important part of the game. Dude, I'm so stoked, though, about finding the Lost Ash of War. This is a great, great fucking vendor to find. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to be having so much fun off camera. Maybe on camera. Maybe I will subject you all to some of the theory crafting. But I do, as much as I am like a slow-paced player, I'm even slower when it comes to making decisions about how I want to structure my build. It's so rare that I feel comfortable just like in the middle of a gameplay session, the middle of an episode, saying like, you know what? We're completely switching to a separate weapon right this moment. We're going to level it up. We're going to do all the things to get like a completely different playstyle going. It's like I have to spend the time like thinking through meticulously what all, if I make this change, like if I change to the golden halberd, how is that going to change my equip load, and what exact weapon or not weapon but armor options do I want to have so I have my equip load isn't too heavy, and also that it looks like, you know, the way that I want it. And I gotta, yeah, I don't really like how that looks, or I'm not sure how that looks, that particular set of fashion soul options. Let me sleep on it. Let me think it over and come back in the morning, you know. I need my time. I need my time to deliberate. What can I say? Okay, let's get all the runes here in the graveyard. Dude, it even fries the bats. Oh, I love it. It's so fucking good. It is so fucking good. This frenzy, flame of frenzy. It is fucking awesome. Time to refill our... Get a nice little restock on our piggy bank. Don't necessarily need the flame, though, against the single enemies. So it's nice to constantly have our lightning spear handy and ready to go. Stop it. You already summoned your friends, I guess. That's fine, though. It's just some wolves. No big deal. Everything is fine. We're just hanging out here in the Weeping Peninsula. It is definitely going to take me some time to sort out, now that I especially have thrown this winged scythe into the mix. And I have to consider that as another potential option. Super exciting, though. We are getting close to finishing this up, though. We are getting close to the last little bit of the Weeping Peninsula here. Just need to find our way up onto this part of the map. Oh, I actually had a foothold there. I wasn't expecting it to let me up. Grab this skull real quick. I just figured if we head a little bit farther down this way, there's just going to be a way up naturally. All right, so there is this tower up here that the spirit was talking about. I already forgot the spirit's dialogue. There is a Stake of America, though, which is just a little bit concerning. Oh, I see a knight up there. Okay, okay. There's also a set of ruins here. Deathbird? Deathbird somewhere? Oh, hi. Hello. Just taking out some foot soldiers here before we head up in the direction of... Would you fucking stop for just a moment so my lightning spear can hit you? Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys throw fire bombs? Since when have you been able to do that? Since when... Oh, there's one up on top of there as well. Since when is that one of your dirty tricks? Twerp. Since when? Who taught you how to do that? Can I even get up here? Yes. Oh, I maybe could have gone up from the... I could have gone up from this side. I don't even know why I'm bothering, other than I get a flashback. Because I am... taking out a group of enemies. Okay, time to take out a paladin. We have to be, unfortunately, serenaded by the crucifixion gang. I'll join them. The hell? The ballista on the tower. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Hold on. First things first here. It's not a flame of frenzy necessarily. It's not a flame of frenzy, but it is something that we need. The Tower of Return. It is something we need to concern ourselves with just first. Oh, not that side. Let's take out the ballista so this is not fucking with us. I don't know if any dudes are following us up the ladder. It looks like some of them are. Okay, you motherfucker, get the hell out of here. No! Actual transporter trap at the top of this thing. What the actual fuck? It's like the first chest in who knows how long that I'm just like, fuck it. We haven't found any transporter traps in forever. This is not gonna be one of them. Okay. Fucking transporter trap. And we were able to get away from it. Similar to the first. We were able, it does give you a moment where you can dodge away. Oh, you're, okay. You want some death as well? Here, have some. Now, of course, there's also part of me that is curious. Man, how many... Y'all just mind your own business for once? It's already crowded enough up here. You can still hear these dudes yelling from all the way over here. There is part of me, I was going to say, that is curious to see where this goes. We're going to mark this. We're going to set a marker here. We're gonna put the chest marker there. Because maybe at some point when I don't, like, if I have 0 runes, maybe I will run up here and sate my curiosity. All right, we have the ability to summon. Let's do that. Because I like this this Lutel summon. I kind of want to go get her leveled up, if I'm being honest. Let's give ourselves the golden vow. And we'll drink again. Oh, you actually don't have very much. This guy, we really did not need to do that amount of prep work for that. These guys on the crosses, though. All right, well, Lutel, I'm sorry. There wasn't really much for you to help with. Oh, we gave her the golden vow as well, didn't we? Oh, shit. That's another part that I forgot. This is actually... It does grant... It pledges honor to the Erd Tree in battle and grants nearby allies. Oh my god, these guys. So friggin' annoying. Your allies get the increased attack power. That is so awesome. Okay, all right. Well, it turns out we didn't find Deathbird. I want to say that those guys only come out at night. So the only thing we did by setting the time to night was just giving ourselves more of a splitting headache of annoyance. What's down here? I was wondering for a second if we might have another singing bat lady. That's another mystery. Very curious to know more about. Is it gonna let me back up here? Is it gonna let me back up here? I'm gonna have to go back around, aren't I? Dang it. Maybe right here? Yes, there we go. All right. Is that all there is? Is that all there is? Oh, there is the lake up here as well. The little lake, more like a watering hole. But I did notice, I did happen to spy that there is a scarab that appears to be in the mix. So, hopefully the dragonflies are not going to be too much of a nuisance here. Oh. So the scarab turns out to be a crimson one? Okay. So it was just a crimson scarab. I felt like we could not see that scarab, though. Was that scarab not, like, invisible or partially visible? Is what it looked like? Are these golden fireflies? There are gold fireflies here in the Weeping Peninsula as well. Oh, shit. We don't have to go. We don't have to go to the lake that is guarded by the rune bears of death. We can just head over here and farm gold fireflies. Well, that is a massive piece of intel. Holy shit. Imagine if we had just explored here however long ago. Imagine what we would have been able to find. Golden fireflies not that far away. Oh, you are... Wait, is it because I hit you in the... Oh, I think it's because I hit it in the mouth. It's weaker at that point. I don't even necessarily have to open it up with a riposte or to a riposte. Like, that certainly helps. But if I just hit it in the face, it takes way more damage. Okay. But I definitely thought that scarab was, like, invisible, which made me think that it was going to be an Ash of War scarab. It wasn't moving like the ones that we've seen before that are moving on the beach. That was a little weird. That was odd. Okay. We found another source of golden fireflies. So now Yeah, we have actually a pretty even amount of both the four-toed foul feet and the gold fireflies. I think that's the end of the road. Does this actually get up to the Erdtree? The minor Erdtree? There is actually a little path up here, huh? Which we have explored this area previously, and I think now that concludes at least a pretty decent first pass through the Weeping Peninsula. And maybe have we actually finally completed exploring Limgrave? Feels like they do always list, like, the catacombs and the caves and the tunnels are always listed at the bottom of the sites of grace. But then outside of those, there is kind of a progression. Maybe not. I don't know. Like, the Bridge of Sacrifice would be like the first warp point. How would you get any other warp point or site of grace? Well, you would just go to those sites of grace. I was just thinking, oh, you don't have to get the sites of grace in any order, but the first site of grace that you come across that you have the chance to activate is the Bridge of Sacrifice, correct? There's no other alternate path that gets you to the Weeping Peninsula beside the Bridge of Sacrifice. You at least first have to go through that. I'm thinking stuff that's not important. Pay no attention to me. The menu starts at the Church of Pilgrimage, and then it goes to... Yeah, maybe there's not... The order that's on the menu here is actually kind of mishmash. It doesn't really make sense that you would explore these in this order. But that's the Weeping Peninsula, and then we have... the rest of Limgrave. Oh, I guess we have Stormhill. That's what we have. Then we have the Stranded Graveyard. Then we have Limgrave, quote unquote. Okay, I don't know exactly what I'm thinking through here, but I guess what I'm getting at is I think that is actually now... I'm sure we've missed some things. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of things that we still have yet to find in Limgrave. Character, NPC, quest lines to progress, interactions to figure out. Like, what the hell is going on with Sellen? That's the big question in my mind right now. But now we have to decide where we're going to go next. We have several options, and I think we're not going to pursue any of those options for the remainder of this recording. We're a little ways into the episode, and I don't think that I want to just start at this point. I don't want to resume the Siofra River, and I definitely don't want to go into a brand new zone. I don't want to start exploring Caelid. We could try to make a run. Now that I think of it, we could try to make a run for the fort. But I'm not going to do that either. Not going to do that either. We have also the western part of Liurnia still to look forward to. Rhea Lucaria. What I think we are going to do, though, is we're going to spend, I think, the rest of our time going through and doing an NPC sweep. I think we're going to go through... Let's start at the hold. It feels like we've done enough things now where I want to check in. Maybe check in with everybody. At least everybody that we have on our map. We've checked in with Sellen. I think we can count her off the list. Even if it's confusing as hell what's going on with her. Maybe we won't start at the hold, though. Maybe let's first go to Fort Height and talk to Lord Kenneth. Talk with this dude again. Are we gonna have to battle through the demi-humans each time? Each time we want to get back into the castle, the fort, excuse me. I think we're gonna have to, at the very least, run by some demi-humans. Because we can't ride Torrent in here. Oh, and these guys are red eyes at night. Although, there is the thing about taking out their leader. Isn't that a... Did that only apply in the case of the queen, or can we always, like, take out the leader of the demi-humans? Alright, I don't want to injure our friend. So we're gonna keep you all at a distance, hopefully. And was that it? There's another one coming. There's another one over here. There's another one who wants to have some fun. Dying. Okay. Okay. Now that we have some peace and quiet, let's talk to... It's a little bit annoying that you have to deal with some enemies in order to talk to an NPC.
Begin my search post haste.
Okay,
For a
nothing
true and
new.
stalwart lord of the proper lineage.
Okay, all right. So he's looking for a lord that's not him. He has distrusted. He now distrusts himself to be the rightful heir. I don't think we need to check in with the merchants. The only merchant that I think is worth checking in with is going to be Merchant Kale, which, why don't we do that? Merchant Kale, do you have anything new? Any new intel on our buddy Blythe? I think they say Blythe. Like with a TH sound. That's what it sounds like to me.
It's you again. Always a pleasure.
Nothing new from you. And it might be worthwhile checking the merchants to see if they add anything new to their inventory. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna add new stuff to their inventory. Probably not. Let's just make sure. Well, let's check with one nomadic merchant to see if it doesn't feel like any one of them other than Kale is going to have a progression to dialogue. But let's not.
Back again now. Not everyone can tell how good my wares are. You've a discerning eye, you have.
So this guy doesn't have any new dialogue, but I think this voice actor, as I just heard this guy, I think this guy is also Bach. He's using a little bit of a deeper voice, but I think it's the same voice actor as Bach, which we know is often a thing in Dark Souls. Voice actors will cast multiple parts. Okay. Well, speaking of Bach, why don't we just check in with him? And maybe we'll check in with the finger reader crone. Doesn't feel like the finger reader crones progress their dialogue at all. They're just kind of, there's different finger reader crones in different places, and that's your progression with the finger reader crones is by talking to them at different places. Finding them at the various locations.
You, please, you're...
And I think this is just going to be the same as before.
What a... Without even the half
I got one.
presence that wish to be whole.
I got one.
Before... Or are you planning to throw yourself to the waters? To find the coward's passage through the dim cavern?
Yeah, that's the part I do remember you mentioning, but I don't know exactly. Throw yourself to the waters. I don't know. What do you mean? Like, throwing yourself to the waters. Like, there's a whole bunch of waters out here. Maybe one of those is going to be part of the finding our way to that
The seamster
tunnel.
at your service, master. ready to make adjustments to your guard.
Same options as before.
Oh, please.
I was thinking for a second of going back down to the mausoleum. Is there ever a world where killing all of the headless that are guarding the mausoleum, that would have any effect on the mausoleum itself? Is that ever a possibility? Just a hunch, because I don't have any other ideas. There's a lot of them to kill if that's the case. And they are not directly in the neighborhood. They're a little ways away from the mausoleum. Wait, what? The mausoleum's not moving. Huh? Wait, what? This episode confusion. Wait, how do I... I was gonna say, how do I fucking attack with this? Trying to ring the bell by jumping and swinging the halberd. Okay, so the mausoleum has stood still. But that doesn't really help us, at least if we want to get inside the mausoleum. But what does it mean? Why is it standing still? It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that we have Lutel now, does it? Does it? Why would us collecting an Ash of War... Like, I know there's some very serious lore with that Ash of War that's attached to the mausoleums, but is that something they would they actually put that sort of an interaction in the game? It's not because we've come here at a particular time of day, is it? It did not seem with any of the previous mausoleums that time of day was of any consequence. Let's go around. Wait a second. Did I just completely... Am I immediately going to have to put my insert foot into mouth? Because it is morning. Did this thing just wake up because it's morning? Science. We need to do the science. Hold on. We need to science this. Take me back to the crystal tunnel. We must set it to nighttime. Do these things... Did I somehow never pass by a mausoleum at night? Did I, in all of the... Especially as of late, where we've been defaulting to nighttime, did I just never... Hold on, let's find out here. It might be a good idea for us to send this elevator. I almost said ladder. I admit it. I almost said it. It might be a good idea for us to send this elevator back down, since it may not be the last time that we need to use this. Do we have to wait for it to be like the dead of night? Like, there are these rough delineations of morning, night, but they also have like early day. Like, it could be that there are actually, like, you know, sort of hours of the day or night where particular things happen. The granularity of when certain things happen may be more fine than I realized. Because as of right now, the mausoleum is acting just as we have seen it before. But the fact that we came out here right before dawn. Also, what the hell's going on with the fireflies? There are fireflies. I don't remember seeing fireflies before. This is also because we're here at night. They're not fireflies that I can loot. Or can I interact with them in any way whatsoever? This is a skull. Do the fireflies help us with the mausoleum? Okay, I said that I was going to kill some of the headless soldiers. Let's do that. Assuming that I can. We are now in Liurnia once again, so my abilities. Oh my gosh, wow. Fortunately, they're low enough there where my inability to wield the halberd isn't too much of a drawback. But we got a stance break on them using the Flame of Frenzy. That's an interesting side effect. They're in some cases are not as bunched up as you would like them to be to fully take advantage of the flame. That was nice though. So now we've got one of the soldiers that's more like Lutiel. Like, I don't know, one of the chief soldiers. How did you manage to not be in range? Mausoleum Greaves. I am just out of range, apparently. Overestimated my range with the halberd. We need to check out the Mausoleum Greaves. Who knows, they might even be... They do put us over heavy load, but they look similar to the Raya-Lucarian Greaves as well as the Exile Greaves. Worn by headless soldiers who endlessly guard the wandering mausoleum. Rust-worn and stained through unending conflict. So these guys guard the mausoleum. I mean, I really am curious to find out what happens if we kill them all. Maybe nothing. Maybe not a goddamn thing. 2 for 1. Let's go. Let's go. They drop Smithing Stone 3. Fascinating. More Mausoleum Greaves. If you need them. Boy, it is so much fun. That spell is just so dang fun. Starting to learn the, it's like our 10th brass shield. That's hilarious. Starting to learn the distance, getting the range as well for the Flame of Frenzy. Let's just pick up this loot while we're in the neighborhood. A Somber Smithing Stone 3. Sure. Okay, well, we killed all the soldiers, at least that I could see, and no effect on the mausoleum, and I'm still waiting for the mausoleum to go back to being at a standstill, but no such luck. Is it, do you really have to wait deep into the night? Are there any other headless soldiers that I missed? Not seeing any. Very curious to, oh, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing I'm guessing a minor Erd tree that is through the little archway there. I thought it was like a gold fog gate at first. I was like, what? That doesn't look quite right. I'm very anxious to check out Rea Lucaria at some point. Feels a little bit like it's going to be another Castle Stormvale, where it's just going to take forever to find your way through that place. At least that's what I'm hoping, because Castle Stormvale was so much fun. I see more headless over here. Got a guard break from the we got a guard break from the little splash damage, the little ripple effect that you get in water with your lightning spear. All right, here's our third candle holder. We're not going to check this one out right now. We are going to mark it. And we'll mark it with the little walking dude, because that's what it does. It gives us a walking dude. All right, now I think we can say we've killed all the headless dudes, but nothing. No effect on the mausoleum. So I don't know what we're going to do about this guy still. Let's, let us go somewhere else then. Let's continue to do our NPC sweep here. We can actually take this marker off the map. Because now we know where to really find the golden fireflies with a much less of a headache. Not this side, this side. Much less of a headache finding the golden fireflies there. However, though, we checked in with Lord Height. Let's check in with Alexander, but this is when I'm almost certain that we got to do something in Caelid before, like, we got to let you in. We got to let you in the jail tunnel here.
I was many great warriors, my destiny. It is my, and then, what do you think?
Still mulling that over. The fact that you can... that he could house multiple warrior spirits. What is up with that? The finger reader crone over here next to a telescope. Makes me curious to check out Caled. The violin merchant. We could check in with him. The violin merchant. Not the violent merchant, but the violin merchant. I don't know why he would have anything. I just want to hear some pretty violin music, that's all. I just want a little serenade. And maybe some turtle. Just maybe a couple random turtles.
Didn't realize.
Nothing new with you.
Nothing that suits your.
Oh, you have something that does very much suit my taste. It's just not necessarily in your inventory. What was this? Why did I put a beast? Actually, why did I put a logo? Oh, is it for the turtles? I think I put this here for the turtle farming. I think that's what I did. I was like, here's the spot to farm turtles. As if I could forget. There are really not that many NPCs of interest on the overworld map at the moment. We'll check in with Gostic here. This is feeling like a somewhat fruitless NPC sweep so far, but we still haven't not gone back to the hold yet.
Now, I can I?
So that's the same. We have not yet gone back to the hold. There may be something new there. Let's quickly check with Topes, just to be sure that nothing else in the overworld is new to be found. Quick little check-in. Church of Irith.
Back to learn another. Why, of course.
And about the Glintstone key is the same as
Find
before.
yourself without one, you can't, and you will never reach.
Yep. He says reach the capital. Is that a requirement? Somehow getting into Raya Lucaria? Isn't it more about getting the half crescents? Okay, let's head back to the hold. Enough exploring around the overworld. Let's go to the hold. Check in with the homies at the hold.
Ah, well then.
I'm doing very well, Brother Corin. I have found some very cool armament options that I am so interested to think about, mull over. The Golden Order is going to shine through me one way or the other. I'm really surprised we didn't get an update with D regarding the Beast Clergyman.
Always good to see. Son.
And we don't have any new updates from... You're still just as fly-ridden as ever.
If Luna Princess Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. Would you be willing to procure it for me? She may have returned to the manor that is her home, the royal Karian residence to the north of the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
So that's also... Oh, to the north of Raya Lucaria. I think I had thought this before, or had been thinking about this as being up here, right? This would be north of Rea Lucaria. I think that's where, this is the manor he's talking about. It's somewhere up in this area. That's my guess. We still have not gotten a word out of Ensha. Probably never going to. Hold that thought. Just for a second, I thought maybe we would have some special interaction if we busted out some prattling pate. Ensha ain't impressed. Not impressed in the least. We still don't know where Nefeli? Don't know where she's run off to. The Badlands. That's a place probably that we've got to explore eventually. Stone sword key for 5k. Frickin' patches. All right, I thought maybe progressing things.
You. What is it?
I'm so you're so glad to see us. You know you like us. I thought maybe that getting through the Weeping Peninsula might progress things with at least somebody, but you know, it does count as Limgrave, I guess. So nobody here is impressed that we finally got through Limgrave. Oh, the zone that you were supposed to do at level 30 instead of level 60. So we have 4 really notable paintings here. I'm pretty certain that this one is Godfrey. Because you've got the... Well, is it a wolf or is it a lion? I feel like it's Godfrey, one way or the other. And this feels like it would be Marika. But I can't say I'm sure about that. And I get the feeling... I don't know if we've had it confirmed, but I get the feeling that Godfrey and Marika were king and queen, or lord and queen. That they were together, right? I might be reading too much into like the whole demigod offspring thing. But then she like banished him, right? She banished him and sent him away. Away from the lands between. And then we've got you. Oh, wait a second. I do see now the hand in this picture. This hand is outstretched as though we would be looking at somebody doing the the T-pose, but from the side. Very curious. Had not seen that detail before. But of course you are a... Are you a redhead? I feel like you're definitely a redhead. Our lighting here is not the best, but we've seen that painting in other spots of the hold. And you are definitely a redhead, right? This asset is one that they've... Like you can... This one is also pretty dark. There's gotta be one here that doesn't. But Marika, we know, is blonde. So that's where the... Well, I don't know if it's confusion. Like maybe this is just a different person, but doing the T-pose. Because it's like, praise the sun, except I couldn't quite be bothered to lift my arms up that high. It's a lazy praise the sun. And then you just got the Erdtree because you can't have enough portraits of the Erdtree. I had because the only redhead that I know so far is Millennia. Is that who that is? All right, well, we're not finding anything new at the hold, unfortunately. This is the least productive NPC sweep of all time, but we're still having fun here. We're still having fun. We're playing the game, playing Elden Ring.
Ah, the children of the goddess, Queen Marika, tainted by the strength of their runes, and so grace was extended. Listen, the greater will has harnished. Show no mercy indeed. The demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. Godric the Grafted was but a distant relation, the runt of the litter. His divine blood sorely diluted.
The demigods were all offspring. Were all direct offspring of Queen Marika. Except for that Godric.
Now go for
That stupid Godric was a runt. The runt of the litter. A distant offspring. He doesn't count. Is that what we're getting out of that? Who the hell knows anymore? This is the episode of confusion. See, there's... Now this is... Yeah, see, this one here is not quite... This is more of the... This is closer to Praise the Sun. Hi, I need a hug.
I'm
very
pleased
confused.
to see you again. Would you like me to?
Yes, I definitely need
Come closer.
all the hugs. Just hugs. Whatever goes on between you and Roger, that's your business. I just need a hug. That's it.
You are so very warm.
Because I am confused as hell. Okay. All right. When in doubt, go get a hug from Fia. Because if you're looking for lore, she kind of comes through, doesn't she? About Roger. Just no TMI, please. Let's...
I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger. He seemed positively elated.
Did he
He
now?
must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion to dear Roger, and myself too.
And we knitted ourselves a fourth sacrificial twig.
Then good day to you, my dear.
We are a hero, it seems. We have a fan club. Roger and Fia laying in a deathbed. Okay. Does Roger have anything to say about this? You want to fill me in here, buddy?
Oh, still need something?
Yeah. Oh, you're just gonna pretend like nothing's going on. Just like you're sitting over here. Don't mind me. Just fly-ridden, death-ridden, sitting in my little chair here where nobody can find me.
Always good to see. So,
Oops. Okay. No progression, even though you rest at the site of grace. Anything else? Let's look at our spirit tuning options. I just want to mull this over for just a moment.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit tuning?
Also, you never know when Roderick is going to have some more dialogue. But there is our Lutel, the Headless, Ghost Glovewort. I think I like this summon. I like this summon. Let's go. Lutel is a badass, and we want to power her up.
Well, I took you no matter it's out your own.
I don't know why you would have... Well, okay. Even if you don't have dialogue, we now finally are going to be able to take advantage of this Ash of War duplication because we know where to find a Lost Ashes of War. So we have a Sacred Blade, and we have Golden Vow. Oh, I mean, that's what we have on our halberd, isn't it? We have the Golden Vow already on the halberd. So we kind of want to put Sacred Blade on the other Uchi, don't we? Grants armaments attacks Holy Essence and fires off a Golden Blade projectile. The armament retains its Holy Essence for a while. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to just mull it over as I continue to do, but I think next episode we might be finally applying an Ash of War. Because it does also, we got to remember, we got the Iron Wet Blade, right? So we should be able to get an additional affinity out of that whole business. So that we have to look forward to as well. But I think this is where we are going to wrap up this this all over the place episode of Elden Ring. What did we learn today? What did we learn? We really just became more confused than ever, but we at least found our way through the rest of the Weeping Peninsula. We found ourselves a transporter trap. That's something we could try. If we... I'm okay maybe going into a transporter trap without any runes. When you know the transporter trap is coming, and you're ready to prepare yourself for it, clench those cheeks. We know also now where to find a Lost Ash of War. We don't know what the hell's going on with Sellen. That's confusing as fuck. But yeah, we have progressed Castle Morn. We don't know where Edgar has gone off to. He's another guy. So we've got Blythe, the half-wolf. We got Edgar. Where would those two be? Is it possible Edgar would head back to Stormvale? Is that possible? Don't know. We might need to do some backtracking in some of these spots at some point. And then we need to figure out where we're going to go next. I think probably my instinct is to, since we started the Siofra area, is to try to make some progress here. Because it felt like reasonably matched to our difficulty. To our level in terms of difficulty. I think you know what I'm trying to say. But either way, that's where we're going to wrap things up. And, oh man, I'm going to be doing some theory crafting off camera to figure out how this build is going to shape up. Are we going to be sticking with the Golden Halberd? Are we going to be bringing in the Winged Scythe? Are we going dual Uchis? Are we going to stick with this Fashion Souls? I don't know what you all think of this. I really like the flowing head of, it reminds me of, that's I think why I like this, is because I'm getting the, this is going back to DS3 and the, what was the headpiece that you get from the Nameless King? That's what it's making me think of, and that was like the centerpiece of our Fashion Souls build late game in DS3. So, interesting. Interesting side note. Thank y'all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.